text, audio, and video news of the globe from Scientific Television. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with us. Thank you.
Now listen to the headline news. 4 killed in shooting at family gathering in California. Benjamin Netanyahu seeks pardon from Israel's president. More than 400 killed in Indonesia flooding, officials say. Nigerian villagers too scared to speak after hundreds of schoolchildren kidnapped. Rachel Reeves denies lying to public in run-up to budget. Thousands rally in Madrid to demand snap election over corruption allegations. Archaeologists say they have proof humans carved huge pits near Stonehenge. Mount's sweet strike completes Manchester United's comeback win at Crystal Palace. Ukrainian and U.S. officials meet in Florida to discuss proposals to end Russia's war. Now listen to the detailed news. At least 4 people were killed and 10 others injured in a mass shooting at a family gathering in Stockton, California. The shooting occurred on Saturday evening at a restaurant in the northern part of the state. Authorities confirmed that both adults and children are among the victims, though the conditions of the injured remain unknown. Police say the suspect is still at large and that early evidence suggests the attack may have been targeted. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has formally requested a presidential pardon from President Isaac Herzog regarding the corruption charges he has faced for the past 5 years. These cases involved allegations of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust, all of which Netanyahu denies. The president's office confirmed that the request has been received and will be reviewed with input from justice officials. Netanyahu stated in a video message that although he wished to see the legal process through, national interests required him to seek a pardon. At least 146 people have died in a massive fire that tore through several high-rise buildings at the Wang Fuk Court housing complex in Hong Kong's Tai Po district. More than 79 people were injured and around 150 remain missing, making it Hong Kong's deadliest fire in over 70 years. 7 of the complex's 8 tower blocks rapidly caught fire on Wednesday, and the blaze took nearly 40 hours and over 2,000 firefighters to fully extinguish. A 3-day national mourning period began on Saturday, with thousands lining up, some for nearly 2 kilometers, to lay flowers and messages for the victims. The death toll from severe flooding and landslides on Indonesia's Sumatra Island has risen sharply to 442, with hundreds more missing. The disaster has cut off major roads, disrupted electricity and internet access, and forced mass evacuations. The extreme monsoon rains, intensified by tropical storms, have caused widespread devastation across Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, and Sri Lanka. Thailand has reported 170 deaths, Malaysia has confirmed fatalities in Perlis State, and Sri Lanka has suffered nearly 160 deaths from related flooding and mudslides. More than 300 students were abducted from St. Mary's Catholic School in Papiri Village in Niger State, Nigeria, when armed men stormed the school on 21 November. Many of the kidnapped children are as young as 5, and around 250 remain missing, though officials dispute the exact number. The kidnapping is part of a broader surge in mass abductions in northern and central Nigeria, including the seizure of 12 teenage girls in Borno State and 25 schoolgirls in Kebbi State. While some victims have been rescued through military operations, many families are terrified to speak publicly due to fear of reprisals from kidnappers. Communities affected by long-term insecurity, especially in the Northwest, have increasingly turned to local peace deals with bandit groups in hopes of reducing attacks. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has defended herself against claims that she misled the public ahead of last week's budget, insisting that raising taxes to a record level was necessary to ensure economic stability. She announced £26 billion in tax increases on Wednesday to create a buffer against fiscal rules and protect public spending. The budget also included freezing income tax thresholds and an additional £8 billion in welfare spending. Opposition politicians, including Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch, have called for Reeves's resignation, arguing that her pre-budget messaging misrepresented the state of the economy. Tens of thousands of people attended an anti-government demonstration in Madrid demanding a snap general election amid a growing series of corruption allegations involving Spain's socialist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, his family, party, and administration. The protest, organized by the Conservative People's Party, PT, under the slogan, "This is it, Mafia or Democracy," took place 3 days after former Transport Minister José Luis Ábalos, a close ally of Sanchez, was remanded in custody in connection with an alleged kickbacks for contract scheme. Attendance estimates ranged from 40,000 to 80,000, and the rally was held at the Temple of Debode in central Madrid. Archaeologists have confirmed the presence of an extraordinary circle of yawning pits near Stonehenge, known as the Durrington Pit Circle, created by Neolithic people over 4,000 years ago. The circle spans more than a mile and contains around 20 large pits, some 10 meters wide and 5 meters deep, with the Durrington Walls and Woodhenge sites at its center. Its discovery in 2020 was hailed as one of the largest prehistoric structures ever found in Britain and suggested possible evidence of early numerical counting due to its massive scale. Manchester United secured a dramatic 2-1 victory over Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park, ending their 5-year wait for a Premier League win at the ground and inflicting Palace's first home defeat since February. Palace initially took the lead through a retaking penalty by Jean-Philippe Mateta, but United struck back with Joshua Zirkzee and Mason Mount scoring twice within 9 minutes after the break. The result moved United above Palace into 6th place, while Crystal Palace manager Ruben Amorim faced a frustrating afternoon as his team failed to capitalize on a dominant first-half performance and dealt with injuries to key players. Ukrainian negotiators are meeting with U.S. officials in Florida to discuss Washington's proposed framework to end Russia's war in Ukraine, with talks scheduled ahead of planned meetings in Moscow with Vladimir Putin. The delegation, including Rustem Umerov, Andriy Hanatov, and Andriy Sabiha, met with Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner. The discussions aim to outline steps toward achieving a just peace more than 3 years after Russia's full-scale invasion began. Meanwhile, Ukraine continues to face attacks, including a drone strike on Kyiv that killed 1 and wounded 11, and ongoing Russian missile and drone attacks that have caused civilian casualties and disrupted power supplies across the country.